I bought the original Lunar Pilot a couple of years ago, and then recently I bought the 43mm variant, and I'm going to be doing a comparison between these two watches to see if those 2mm actually make any difference on the wrist. But I noticed that the original Lunar Pilot had a dead battery. So after I changed that, I noticed that the seconds hand was off, or should I say the chronograph's hand was off. And after fumbling around with the pushers for a little bit, I figured out the right combination on how to adjust that chronograph hand and the subdial hand. And then I went into my collection and found two more quartz chronographs. Each of them had their own setting mechanisms on how to properly set the hands on the dial and on the subdials. So I figured this would be a good video on how to properly set your chronograph hands. Now, like I said, each one of these watches has a different movement. So maybe your movement might have a different setting procedure. I would check the manual and refer to that. And if you can't figure it out then, I would just do a little bit of trial and error. Pull out the crowns, hold each button, see if anything does something, and then go from there. That's basically how I adjusted my chronographs, is just by trial and error. So please, if you haven't done so already, hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. All right, let's get this video started. All right, so let's start off with the Bulova Lunar Pilot, and as you can see, it's running, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it and reset it. And as you can see, the chronograph hand is misaligned, and so is the 1/10 of a second counter at the 3 o'clock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the crown, and with the A button, which is the top button, we're going to hold it, and the chronograph hand is going to zip around the dial. And once it gets to the top here, you can actually stop it and then slowly push it in to make those fine micro adjustments. So that looks about right. And now we're gonna press the B button, and that should adjust the subdial on the 1/10 of a second, and it does. So let me go ahead and hold it in. And it's going to whiz around there. And once again, you can make those fine adjustments just by letting go and pressing it. So that looks good. And all you gotta do is push in the crown, and then let's go ahead and start the chronograph hand. Stop the chronograph and reset, and everything looks to be good. There we go. So the next watch we have is this Seiko chronograph. It's actually a Movado designed chronograph, so the dial is a little bit rotated to the clockwise position, but still, I mean, you can see the chronograph hand is not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be at the top there. So here we're gonna pull out the crown and then press and hold the A button. And you're gonna notice that the 60-minute timer at the bottom has zipped around. So then you press the B button and make the adjustments necessary until it lines up properly. And then you're gonna press the A button and hold that in until the chronograph hand zips around, and then hold the B button and watch it make the adjustments. And once again, you can press this in and make those fine adjustments. After you're done, you can just push in the crown, and there we go. Gonna reset it, and everything should set back up perfectly. And there it is. So the third watch I have is this Movado, and as you can see, the chronograph here is misaligned, the 1/10 of a second is misaligned, and the 30-minute counter is misaligned. So we're gonna pull out the crown to the furthest position, hold the A and B button, chronograph hand is going to zip around, and then with the A button, you can make your adjustments. And this one just jumps by 1 second increments, so there is no micro adjustment. Press the B button, and then you can manipulate the 1/10 of a second counter. Press the B button again, and now you can adjust the 30 minutes elapsed counter. Now on this watch, it didn't tell us which subdial we were adjusting, so it is going to be a little bit of trial and error. But as you can see, we're starting it up and stopping it, and everything should reset perfectly. So there you go. And that's how I set my chronographs in my collection. Hopefully this video helped. Hopefully you had one of these watches in your collection or one of these movements in your collection. That way this video helped. And if none of these options worked for you, like I said in my intro, mess around with the watch. Pull out the crown, hold both pushers, hold one pusher, hold the other pusher, see what works. One of those combinations has to work. And if you run out of options, take it to your local watchmaker, your local jeweler. They can probably set it for you. So let me know in the comment section, which watch did you need to adjust the chronograph hand on? I'd really like to know. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. it really does help me out. All right, well, that's the tutorial, but don't you worry. There are more videos on my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up a couple of them, a couple of reviews. So go ahead and watch either of these. Watch them both because I need the views. So go ahead and watch them both. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.